Well, here we are at the generator shed, guys. Let's get in there and have a look. So if I remember right, this is a D330 Caterpillar in here. It's kind of an old unit, but still works for backup power, right? All right, let's go. It's like a maze. What's behind this door? Oh, hello, kitty cat. There it is, guys. That's the unit we're going to be working on today. So this one has a coolant leak, just like the old one. Man, is it hot in here. That motor is nice and warm. So I guess that's good. Anyways, they're telling me the water pump is leaking, and I didn't even look at it. I just ordered parts. That's usually not a good idea. But anyway, that's what I did, because CAT parts are hard to get for me. Anyways, water pump must be on the other side. Yep, there it is over here. Okay, oh yeah, so there's, oh boy. Yeah, we got a big leak all leaking down here. So there we go. That's our leak. That's the water pump we got to get apart. I guess that shroud's got to come off. Alternator and bracket. What else we got to do? Doesn't even look like too bad of a job. Oh, they gave us a nice drain pipe here for... Is that connected? Yeah, it is, on the bottom line. So that's very easy to drain the coolant then. That's a bonus. Other than that, it looks pretty straightforward, I'm thinking, I hope. I don't really know until I get into it. I'm not a big Caterpillar guy. And I certainly have never done a water pump on a D330 before. Back in time though, I did rebuild the fuel pump in here. It was leaking all over the place too, so I ordered a bunch of seals and rebuilt all that stuff. So I've had all this apart before, but now we'll go fix a coolant leak, I guess. That is one of the things about these old gen sets, you know, they sit there with the coolant heaters going for, you know, just years and years and years, and all the seals just tend to dry out. They don't get used enough. I mean, this would be what, like 1970s kind of a unit, so it's not new, it's done well, especially if the water pump's never been done before. But anyway, guys, let me go get my table and my stuff set up here. I'll get back in the back corner there, and let's just get this thing apart. Well, I guess I'm already getting ahead of myself here. Before we fill this all full of tools that I have to work around, first thing we're going to want to do is get the coolant drain. Get in behind here. And before we even do that, I would like some more light. I was hoping for better, but hopefully that'll be okay and not drop on my head. Don't breathe. Okay, next we're going to unplug this thing so we're not heating anymore because we don't need that. And this is not an auto start, so I don't have to worry about that part of it. And I guess let me go get a metric socket set and we'll get that drain plug off. Metric socket set and some Canadian water. Perfect. Alright, I apologize. There is no good place for me to put that camera in here. Just the way things are set up, so you're just gonna have to suffer, okay? Alright, let's get this out of here. You won't see me use a crescent very much. AKA metric socket set. But on these plugs, they seem like nothing fits them properly, these square-headed plugs. So I will often just grab a crescent end just because you can make it fit the way you need it to. So, yeah. Okay, let's, okay, we got it unplugged, so I should be able to just, this should, oh, there it goes. Open up. Ooh, yuck. That's what we got for coolant in here? Oh, buddy. Oh, no. That is... Okay. We're going to do a coolant flush on this one. Wow. I don't think this has been changed since at least last week. Oh, that's yucky. Ah, even smells bad. It's just brown. Gross. Alright, that's pretty much the end of that part of it. Let me dump this last little bit in. Nasty. Okay, now there is another drain plug on this thing. I'm going to loosen that one off and see how much comes out of here, because I don't want to make too big of a mess in here if I don't need to, you know. See how much is going to come out of here. That is hot. Oh, that's hot. Alright, that should get us drained down pretty much as far as we need to, because I think I'm going to have to split it right here. So this guy will have to come off, and whatever all this other stuff I talked about before, and then I think this is where we'll split it, and then I'm probably going to have to press some stuff apart to change the shaft seals, because that's the weep hole for the impeller shaft, so it's supposed to start leaking coolant out of there before the coolant gets into the engine. So that's the reason why it's leaking out of that hole now. Obviously the seal on this side is shot, and that's leaking out here before it runs into this side, which gets into the crankcase. Like, that's your timing case there. So, all right. Nasty. Okay, remind me later to put Teflon tape on that plug so I don't forget. Yeah, you're right. If I just do it right now, then I won't have to worry about having to have somebody remind me later. Get this thing taped up, and then I don't need to think about it. There, that's taken care of now. Okay, so next, I'm going to start tearing this stuff apart. There's not a lot of room in this corner here, so you're going to have to stand in that corner out of the way, if you don't mind. And just, let's get this going here. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, look at all this stuff. Guys, I just want to fix the water pump. I got half the engine tore off. Look at it, I'm almost down to the pistons. I might as well strip down this side and just rebuild it by now. Man, I just can't believe how much stuff has to come off to get that water pump off of there. I need $500 in gaskets and O-rings now to put this back together. I didn't get that much stuff. It's just funny how most of this cooling system is external rather than internal like everybody else does. Now, I'm not a real experienced CAT guy, but the experience that I do have, that does tend to be what I find with Caterpillar stuff is they seem to do things their own way. And a lot of it seems to me like it's just way too complicated. I gotta try and save these O-rings so I can get them matched up in case I can't get new ones in a reasonable amount of time. And I guess I'll go back to the shop then and see if I can tear that water pump down and get him fixed with the water pump parts that I bought. And after that, I'll have to sit on the computer and order 57 O-rings and 14 flange gaskets. Also going to change this coolant hose. This looks like it was a silicone hose, but it's as hard as a rock. This end just ripped right off of there when I went to take it off. And I'm going to replace all of these hoses too. They're all hard and crunchy. Time to update some of that stuff, I guess. First things first, we got to tag this puppy out so nobody gets confused and tries to use it. All right, let's head back to the shop and see what kind of a mess we're in for as far as what it's going to take to fix that water pump now.